Hello, my name is Jamie and welcome back to the channel. Unlike any other channel that showcases Pokemon Go PvP content, my channel exclusively showcases Shadow Pokemon. So if you're into that type of content, I'd appreciate it if you could like and subscribe.
So let's get into today's video. In today's video, we are diving back into the Ultra League Premier Classic and we're bringing yet another new Pokemon to the channel. We are bringing this, as you can see on screen, Legacy Shadow Ampharos. It's Legacy because it does have the Community Day move of Dragon Pulse. Is Dragon Pulse the move you want? Maybe, maybe not. Focus Blast obviously has that nice nuke potential, but having Dragon Pulse is nice when you get stuck against something like a grass type, like a Venusaur. So it does have some play, and as I already had it on there, I didn't want to TM away an elite move. His team partners are going to be the big thick boy, Shadow Snorlax, giving the team some much needed bulk, and in the back we've got another Legacy Pokemon. It's going to be the Community Day move of Aqua Tail on Shadow Gyarados. So both Gyarados and Ampharos are really squishy. That does make this team quite problematic. The lack of bulk is a bit brutal because we see quite a lot of tanks, like the video I showed yesterday of the double tank strategy. The lack of bulk does mean that energy and shield management are going to be key. But without any further ado, let's get straight into the battles. I will be leading Shadow Ampharos for the duration of this video. And in game 1, we pick up a lead against poliwrath. The poliwrath is staying in, so this does make me wonder what they've got in the back. The opponent times his move quite poorly and we managed to sneak in a Volt Switch. I showed up this Ice Punch, obviously expecting him to be weak to Ampharos in the back. They bring in Escavalier. We haven't got a great response for Escavalier, so I soften it up with a Thunder Punch and now switch out into Gyarados. All these moves are resisted, other than if it's running Aerial Ace. Mega Horn and Draw Run are both resisted. You're going to see here, they actually go for an Acid Spray. I was going to say that Mega Horn does huge damage due to Gyarados being so squishy. So they land the Acid Spray and we manage to farm down. We've now got quite a lot of energy. The opponent comes back out with Poliwrath, so I go for this Crunch. Both charge moves are resisted. I am obviously fishing for the defense drop. Even though our defense is lowered, the Poliwrath obviously is not going to be able to mud shot us down. We now go for another Aqua Tail and we actually draw a shield. Poliwrath now is getting really low and they do throw their energy. Gyarados has done his job, so I let it go down. Ice Punch takes us out. Back out, I bring Ampharos. I am going to respect, in case it is the Dynamic Punch, it's just another Ice Punch, and let's see what they've got in the back. And in the back they've got Crobat, so like we expected, they are double weak to Ampharos. We're almost at their back-to-back Thunder Punch. The first one goes unshielded, and the opponent sees the writing on the walls. You can see there that Ampharos puts in a lot of work. GG to that opponent, and moving on into the next battle. Ampharos really managed to sweep that back line. Let's see if we've got the same success. And in this video, we pick up yet another great lead. However, we get weak connection, which obviously isn't fantastic. Once again, the opponent is staying in, so this is another team that is double weak to Ampharos. They go for the Poison Fang. I'm expecting them to switch out. They don't switch out, so I throw this Thunder Punch. As they're staying in, I imagine they're just willing to sack this Crobat. Crobat gets taken out, and they bring in a Surfetched. We have only got one response for Surfetched, so I'm going to have to sack my Ampharos here. The Thunder Punch does huge damage. You can see we've got this Surfetched down to around 40% health. I now bring in Gyarados. They're at 7, so I am going to shield up, respecting the Brave Bird. The opponent throws the Brave Bird, so that's a great shield on our end. And in the back is a Charizard. So we now bring in the big thick boy Snorlax. The opponent is farming up quite a lot of energy, so we go straight for this Body Slam as we do need to start getting some shields off the opponent. We draw this first shield, we get a bit of lag, we're still lagging, we're missing a few licks. I've now got a tough decision to make. I'm going to let this go, it is the Blast Burn, however I'm hoping that I get to a last minute Body Slam. Unfortunately, due to us missing a few licks, we don't reach the Body Slam, which is dreadful for us. Now we've got a tough decision to make. I shield up, hoping to shield the Blast Burn. I'm actually get baited, which isn't great. So this one here is definitely going to be the Blast Burn. Will the squishy Gyarados be able to survive? Blast Burn does huge damage. I can see Surfetched come in. We're at the back-to-back Aqua Tail. Even though counter is resisted, I am going to have to get rid of it as quickly as possible. You can see a counter come through, but it won't register as this Aqua Tail will be enough to take him out. And I'm hoping that Gyarados can Dragon Breath down Charizard. So even in that mid game, we do miss a few licks, but we managed to take that game. GG to that opponent. Moving on into this next battle. We pick up a kind of negative lead against Sylveon. I say it's a negative lead because we're so squishy. Charm absolutely wrecks us. Once again, we get the weak connection. These games were played over the Philadelphia Safari Zone weekend and the servers have been absolutely trash. We managed to get the shield from the Sylveon, which is good for us, and we go straight away for another Thunder Punch. Thunder Punch does quite a lot of damage. I now safe switch into Snorlax. They actually meet us with a Gallade. I wouldn't say Gallade is the best response to Snorlax. You can see these licks have already done huge damage. The Gallade throws after 3. I know it's only going to be a leaf play, but I do shield it up because I know I can outpace him to back-to-back body slams. So this first body slam should draw the shield, which it does, and the second body slam I'm hoping will be enough to take him out so we don't have to take a move. The body slam comes through and just about finishes off the Gallade, and now we've got a one-shielded Snorlax versus whatever they've got in the back. Because they brought in Gallade, once again I do shield up this move, and I'm now going to look to commit to the lick down. We do manage to lick down, and in the back they've got a Berserker. This Berserker really is not going to appreciate this superpower. Superpower lands, does huge damage, and I switch out into Gyarados to finish this game. The Berserker is throwing. Whatever they throw won't take us out. You can see the foul play does around half our health. We manage to Dragon Breath down. Back up comes the Sylveon, and the opponent quits out. So GG to that opponent. Moving on into this next battle. We pick up an absolutely terrible lead. Obviously, Nidoqueen does resist Electric Juice's ground typing. We switch out into Snorlax, and now the opponent is choosing to debuff us. We don't shield their Poison Fang, and they actually bring out a Toxicroak, so we lost lead hard, and we're hard countered on the switch. Snorlax gets off this body slam, does around half Toxicroak's HP, and unfortunately, due to the defense drop, we aren't even able to get to the second body slam. We're now in a rough spot as Toxicroak manages to farm us down. I bring out Ampharos. Ampharos is so squishy, I'm going to have to shield these Mud Bombs as I don't want to sack the Ampharos just yet, as I know I can't rely on Gyarados with a Poison Fang user, as we would just get our defense dropped, so I need to have the ability to switch out. We managed to farm down their Toxicroak at the cost of 2 shields. The nice thing about having Dragon Pulse here is we've actually got a move that can hit for neutral. You can see it does around half the Nidoqueen's health. We switch out into the Gyarados, and in the back, once again, we are met with another hard counter. So this is just a triple hard counter team. You are going to see that. We're hard counter in the lead, in the switch, and now we've got a Fairy type against our Dragon Breath user. We are going to play this out as I am recording this set. Obviously, if you're in this situation, I'd recommend just top left him, but I don't really think that's great content, so we do play it out. The wink on here would be to farm down and Dragon Pulse, but that absolutely is not going to happen. So we unfortunately lose this game, and GG's to that opponent. Moving on into this next battle, we pick up a lead against Machamp. This is a really scary lead as Machamp's counter damage is absolutely shredding us. You can see here we're already almost down to half health. I am going to have to shield this up. Volt Switch does charge energy really quick, so I'm looking to go for that back-to-back Thunder Punch. We let through a counter, which is quite unfortunate. First Thunder Punch does draw the shield. We let through another counter, so with these NAF servers, fast moves are coming through all over the place. However, we do draw both the shields from the Machamp. The Machamp actually throws his energy as well. That's a bit of a mistake as they could have farmed us down, but we take that. We're now going to bring out our Gyarados. The opponent immediately switches out once again into Mach. We're going to soften this Mach up with this Aqua Tail, as obviously due to its dark type and it does resist the lick damage. We've still got a shield. We're not going to use it here, as I believe Gyarados might be able to clutch out this game for us. We get Acid Sprayed, which is pretty good as we know shielded. It doesn't do much damage. We now get to this Body Slam. Will this Body Slam be enough to take out the Mach? Unfortunately it isn't, and we're going to get hit with another move. Once again, I am going to call the Acid Spray. We correctly call the Acid Spray once again, which is great for us. And now with the 2-stage defense drop, the Machamp manages to farm us down, which is dreadful for us. At this stage, I'm going to have to respect the Rock Slide, so we do use our final shield here, and it's all going to depend about what's in the back. In the back, they've got a Gyarados of their own. We are ahead on energy, so I'm hoping this crunch is enough to get it into a Dragon Breath downrange. Crunch lands. You can see that we just about managed to get there before they get to the Aqua Tail, and Gyarados clutches out this game for us. GG's to that opponent. That was a really close game. Moving on into this next battle, we pick up another lead against Shadow Machamp. Let's see if we play this one the same. Once again, the Machamp is farming up a lot of energy. This time we managed to sneak in the fast move, which is great for us, as Volt Switch is a 4-turn fast move, so that is a lot of free energy. Once again, we go for the back-to-back Thunder Punches. If the Machamp lets this through, it will KO. They actually shield. We managed to deny the counter this time, which is great for us. We go for the second Thunder Punch. Bit of lag. The second Thunder Punch draws another shield. The Machamp once again throws its energy, so like we did in the last matchup, we are going to just let our Ampharos go down, and we've got a really good response for a counter user in Gyarados. We actually managed to farm down before they even reach a move, which is great for us. Let's see what the opponent comes in with. Once again, they come in with a Gyarados of their own. This time it's Shadow versus Shiny. We land the crunch, which does around 60% health, and now I look to catch the Aqua Tail on Snorlax. I'm unsuccessful in that, and this opponent looks like they're running the exact same team as the last one. So we've got the Muck once again in the back. This must be a team that someone showcased, and once again they go for the Acid Spray. I call the Acid Spray and go straight for this Body Slam. Body Slam doesn't do too much to the bulky Alola Muck. We actually managed to get to another Body Slam before they even throw. This Body Slam should get him quite low, which it does. And now this Muck really is going to be forced to throw its energy. Once again, I am going to let it go, as Gyarados should be in a position to finish this game for us. We unfortunately get farmed down. I really need to get rid of this Muck before it debuffs us, which we do successfully. The opposing Gyarados is going to throw a move. I know this is going to be an Aqua Tail, but I am going to shield it. It's actually the Crunch. They're fishing for the defense drop, which they don't get. And this Aqua Tail, even though resisted, is going to be enough to take this game. So GG's to that opponent. And moving on into the final game of the video. Our Shadow Ampharos meets a Shiny Poliwrath. Shiny Poliwrath is a really cool flex, and they switch in Gallade, so we switch in Snorlax. The Gallade is building up an absolute ton of energy. I go straight for this Body Slam. We draw the shield. The opponent still hasn't thrown, so we're actually going to get to this second Body Slam. The opponent now is going to be forced to double shield. They obviously aren't going to want to let go of their Gallade. At this stage, up 2 shields. I'm just going to let Snorlax go. They go for the close combat that does take us out. I wait my switch timer out, and now I bring in Gyarados. Whatever they throw here isn't going to KO, so I'm going to save my 2-shielded Ampharos. Leaf Blade does around 40%. We managed to farm down, and the opponent obviously decides that they don't want to play out the match, as Ampharos obviously has a really positive match against Poliwrath, and whatever their back Pokemon is probably didn't have a great matchup against either Ampharos or Gyarados, so they back out. GG's to that opponent. So you can see in this video we use a really spicy, squishy team, and we did find some great success. Obviously the gameplay was a bit glitchy as it was played over the Safari weekend. I know a lot of other people in Fight Club have been complaining how bad the servers were. Tomorrow is Go Battle Day, so I do hope with the Safari Zone being finished we get some smooth gameplay. But I would recommend this team. Well, I'd definitely recommend Ampharos. I'm not sure if I'd recommend it in a triple shadow team like I ran, as the lack of bulk was really brutal. But I do think that Ampharos, Gyarados and Snorlax all are fantastic Pokemon, but the combination of the 3 of them in a triple shadow team is quite hard to use. So tomorrow is Go Battle Day, so if you've got any recommendations on Pokemon you'd like to see as we hit 100 battles, post it in the comment section down below and I'll do my best to showcase them. So just like to say once again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.